Hey y'all, welcome back to Spirit of the Outdoors. Me and old Roscoe decided to come down here, do a little rambling around. It has rained, y'all. We got like 4.5 inches of rain last night, well, yesterday and last night. And I'm just kind of looking around. We're not really trying to see what all we can kill. I'm gonna load this Flintlock up and see if we can just run across something here. Make sure I get all the powder in there. I'm a little under the weather, so my voice is all sounds terrible. That's the reason. I had waxed these or lubed this patch material up and stuck it in there where I wouldn't have to do a bunch of fighting with it. Now I got two pieces. All right. And I'm experimenting with some different knives, and that's what I've been out there this morning doing actually is I was playing with some knives I had, grinding on some. So this little patch knife is on a neck sheath. This is a smaller one than the one that I've been had. It is actually smaller than the ones that I have made a couple of for people. The pattern kind of worked out that way. I didn't really intend to make it smaller. And one thing I wanted to show y'all before I get too far along right here and I forget about it. My friend Tom Frazier that watches made me some nice vent picks. They put them on a chain, sent them to me. It's got a brush. Now these are brass, so you can brush out your pan here. Brush everything up good. Take that vent pick, clean out the hole good. And I just kind of looped them on that chain where I could drop them back in my bag, and then they hook to this corner and I can fish them out real easy. Now, just for show, I wanted to show what he had sent me. He made some more, and I just put these in my pocket so I'd have them here to show you. These are out of cow horn tips, and that one is a wire brush. So they really nice. I wanted Mr. Frazier to know I really appreciate that. See if I can get this is 4F. A lot of people just prime with 3F. I have found this 4F shoots a little faster, and for no amateur like me, that helps a lot. Now, you guys has been shooting a long time and don't flinch. Ain't probably real important to y'all. But we primed up and ready to go. I'm on half cock. Yeah. All right, make sure we in good shape. We're going to just ramble around and kind of scout and look. And it's a beautiful day. There ain't a cloud in the sky. The sun's out. It's cooling off. Y'all, I hadn't done much hunting in the last 2 weeks. Since I killed the buck, I have not been back to the woods. And the reason being, number one, we had a lot of Christmas party we were trying to get done. The next reason, it was 80 degrees. And y'all, I'm not fighting flies for my meat. I am a meat hunter. I like to kill a big rack of horns as much as the next fella. I'll make knife handles out of the antlers or rattlers, or, I'll use them for crafts and stuff. But I'm not there for the horns. It's not about bragging rights to me. It's about the meat. And if I've got to worry about losing that meat because it's 80 degrees and I can't really do it like I want to do it, I'd rather just not hunt. So that's kind of why you ain't seen me in the woods. But we're going to ramble around. Roscoe treed a bunch the other day in these pine thickets. we're gonna walk some of these trails. I'm right here behind my house on our personal property, so I can kind of just amble around and sightsee and take my time and look. So y'all hang with me. We might shoot at something, we might not see a thing to shoot at, but we will shoot this old flintlock at something before it's all said and done, if it ain't nothing but a soup can. Well, y'all, I done made a loop around this whole place. Hadn't really seen anything as far as an animal. And I don't want to put this gun up loaded. So pick me out one of them pumpkins out there and shoot at it. Trying to figure out which one. I'm thinking about seeing if I can hit the one way over yonder I see shines a big one. Probably about big as a basketball. And I know you can't see it, but it's about right there. And it's all the way on the other end of the field. Let's see if we can hit it. We can got but one shot right here. Well, I don't know. We'll go see if we hit it. I like doing that. That's about 100-yard shot. So, well, we did not hit it. It is right there. Oh, but I was looking around to see where I hit, and it's a mite boggy out here. Oh, look at my feet going down in that mud. Good Lord, we gotta get out of here. I was trying to see where I did hit, so I'd know if it fell or rose or. I was listening to somebody. They was griping about people talking about bullet rise and said bullets really don't rise. You know, most of us got enough sense. We know that. We know that we aiming up and it's falling. But I guess there's probably a handful of folks that don't have a clue. Hey, y'all, look at him. Oh, let me show y'all something. Now, you see that? That's a decent track. Now, when a deer is walking and those strides are close together like this is, so see, there's a track, there's a track, and there's a track. Them's all within about 1.5 feet. When they spread out like that, that normally represents a buck. I can about tell you that's a buck by the looking of that track. Now, a doe will spread out when she's running, but them tracks is gonna be further apart. A lot of y'all know that. That's like for the people that didn't know that the bullet rose. But see, this is, you can tell this is does. See all that is close together? And last night after that rain, you see they come walked all around this pumpkin patch. So them deer is going in there and eating them pumpkins. That's just something interesting to note while I was down here. But anyway, it's cool. Y'all, that cold breeze just really feels good to me. I know a lot of people don't like cold weather, but I do. But I'm feeling under the weather. Just wanted to get out and it's just peace of mind to get out, walk around and look, scout. Right after a good fresh rain, any tracks you see, you know, Ray Charles can track a deer now, so that's why I was out here. Let's go build a fire and shed and work on some knives. I ain't gonna do no film and knife working. I will show y'all a little bit about what I'm working on. And I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna do with this knife right here. Y'all, this is one of them old bow staves that didn't turn out real good. The worms had got in, but I didn't scrap them because I'm practicing just kind of my shaping and stuff, but I'm after these shavings, like, you know, what most people would rake up and throw away. I'm using that for fire starter. So, and I kind of thought that this stave, I might get down and find a thin part of it that was still good and make Brody a bow out of it. I don't know. Anyway, that's enough of them for right now. And that's what I use to start my fire. Everything out in the woods today is really bad wet. I gotta find my bucket. Got my shavings in the bucket here. We'll take them in a minute, build a fire. So right here on this, these are some saw blades. Everybody's wondering what I'm cutting these out of. And I researched this, and these, supposedly, this is a Makita blade here. Most of them are 10U blades. And it is carbon steel. And it is made for cutting mild steel, it says. It has got carbide teeth. But you can see the patterns I have cut out on it. This saw blade already has a Rockwell of a little over 60. So that is why I'm able, it's not a lot of chop saw blades like for cutting wood. The Rockwell in them is around 40 something. And they not as good for cutting out knives. You'd have to temper them. You can make knives out of them, but you will have to temper them. The reason I am getting away with not having to temper these like I have this knife here that I've been toting and playing with, y'all, I have whittled on Bodock. I have got some pieces. I had a piece laying somewhere right here. It must be in yonder. That I just been whittling on, and it's still shaved paper. So that has not been tempered at all, and I'm just toting it around to play with it. So I've cut out several different patterns. This is like a bush style, a butcher knife style kitchen knife. And I experimented with a couple of different handle designs. I really kind of favor just a straight handle. And then this is more like a bushcraft style knife with a wider blade. Now, I like those because in the woods, camping and stuff, you can use them for a spatula, so you can scoop up stuff. Now the patch knife, you see this one on these have been very popular for me. I've made them for several people. I have sent some to folks. This one is probably the smallest. And if you'll notice, and of course, I've got more work in the sheath on this one. I just made a loop in there. I sewed another piece of leather on there. You can wear this on your belt. Belt go through that. You can run the belt through this way. It's open on that end. It's stitched in 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I run a piece of leather that I made the thong out of a sheet of leather I had scrapped. So these are the patch knife blanks. Now you see one of them is small. And then I've basically right there got 3 different lengths, you can tell. So they're not all just coming out perfect. I can make them come out perfect. This is probably going to be the standard. The piece of steel that I was had left over off of one of these bottoms when I cut was that small, so that's why I made that one a little shorter. Still fine patch knife, really better for just patch knife. This is like the one that's on my hip now, you know, kind of wider, drop point. But there's the piece of bodock I've been whittling on. You can see I have whittled all on that side. It's staying sharp. This, I am naming the Big Brother because the shape of it is just about like the patch knife. I did put a little bit of an arc to this back. I just liked that. I'm grinding this one. This is the one that I am currently working on right now. So this is the patch knife, and then I named this Big Brother. So I've got 3 of them drew out with a Sharpie on this saw blade. And I've been grinding on this one this morning a little bit, and then I laid it down, went on about my business. But now I am favoring this knife right here. This is a lot like some of the modern bushcraft knives that are not so big and gaudy. Probably gonna be the all-around best, just everyday toting usable knife. I'm gonna put possibly these bodock handles. I'm cutting these. I had a bow stave that was really bad warped, and I cut it down on the table saw. I can make my own scales right there. So that's what. Now I have over here behind me, somewhere right over there, a board that I saved that is sycamore that has some really beautiful grain to it. It was an old tree that my mom and dad cut down out of their front yard. So the handle material that I've got, all the knife stuff is scrap stuff that I have gathered up. I have not ordered anything online to make a knife out of. So I'm going to make some of these. I don't know if I'm going to sell them. I mean, I'm going to sell some of this stuff. So I don't know what I'm going to charge for them yet. Like this right here, these patch knives, I can sell the knife and make it fairly cheap. I've got more work in this particular holster, so you know, if somebody wanted this one right here, I'd probably have $100 in this one. So if somebody's interested in it, I'm not really a fan of this neck, but I did fix it where I could put it on my belt over here and wear it. So I'm fixing to go build a fire, work on some of these knives, get some stuff done. Thank y'all for watching Spirit of the Outdoors. We just kind of kicking around today, seeing what we can get done. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next time.